pivot in Excel to analyze the data out of MS Project in order to ascertain the main causes of my quality problem. But here's using Power BI to do the same thing, only better. So let's look at the project again, which was also displayed in my first video. And you can see there are three problems here with these tasks: MTEM1BB, MTEM1CA, and MTEM1CB. There are clearly over allocations there, and as I pointed out in the first video, one can of course see the extent of the problem if one activates your resource graph on the bottom half of the screen, having split the screen. So we have the problem there where your financial modeler is working on both of those tasks, the critical and non-critical task, but in fact we only have 2 financial modelers, whereas we need 4 for those 2 days, and we need an extra 1 for that day. But that's the extent of the problem. We need to study the problem in more detail according to proper quality management practices to look at the causes of the problem. So what I did was I created an Excel spreadsheet, just copy pasting the WBS into it, and I split the problem up into various sheets. So I've got project quality, where I've got all my IDs. I've got my WBS, my resource ID, my quality code that I've generated right now, and then how many hours they went into overrun on those particular tasks. Notice those 3 tasks are here, although they've been duplicated because that would work best in Excel and in Power BI. So we've got the financial manager 1 and 2, financial modeler 1, 2, modeler 1, 2, 1, 2 for these various tasks. The quality code would be the quality problem, late arrival, poor preparation, education and skills lack, etc. Okay, and then I've just got another sheet indicating the ID for the resource and his hourly rate. That will be important when we create extra columns in Power BI. And then we've got the WBS over here. All right. So let's close this file because we're going to pull it in to Power BI. Here goes. Import data from Excel. Quality simulation, open. It's going to invoke Power Query. And once it's done that, it will then offer me the option of pulling in all the sheets, which I'm doing, but I notice there are some problems with the sheets. If you look here, there are problems with these sheets over here, and a quality problem as well. So I'm going to transform my data, and here where I transform my data, I'm going to go to transform and use first row as headers. Done. Quality problem, use first row as headers. Done. All right. So we've done that. Now I'm going to lock and load, or close and apply, and it's applying them into the Power BI tapestry over here, and there they are. In Excel, in the previous video, I had to create relationships. However, you will see that relationships are automatically created over here. Notice if I go quality code, WBS, WBS, resource ID, I go back here. I can, of course, already create some visuals. But before I do that, I'm going to look at my tables. There's my one table. I'm going to expand all of these, by the way, because I want to see the names of the fields. When you get to my age, you forget the names, and so you need to remember them. So we're looking here at the project quality, and I'm just going to add some columns here. So how many hours have they overrun on MTM1BB? And we're going to add a related column from another table, which is going to look at the hourly rate. So I go here to column tools and add a new column, and I'm going to use I'm going to call this slightly different to hourly rate. So H rate over there equals related. Okay. And when I go to related, I'm simply going to add hourly rate over there and accept. So it pulls that data in, the hourly rate, but the extra column is now added to this because we're going to multiply how many hours overrun with hourly rate over there. So I'm going to create a new column, and I'm going to call this total cost, and how many hours overrun field multiplied by H rate. And we go. Click the tick, and there I get the total amount of rands spent, 24 times 2,000. So now I have an indication of the total cost. Notice my extra columns I added are here and here. We can do so many things with this. All right, let's just expand all of these and check them out. Okay. All right, so if I were to look at there's my total cost and my hourly rate. But if I were just to look at my resources, okay, so I'm going here and putting my resources in. It's defaulted to a table. Let's change it into a matrix, which is effectively a pivot table. All right, and then I were to bring in the total cost, extra cost per resource. Already there I can see how much extra each resource. Project Manager has cost me nothing. And then I want to put a slicer in. So the slicer is, let's take the filters out. Never know why those are defaulted to appear. But let's add a slicer. So we're going to go here to slicer over there. And the slicer is, so we're looking at the resource there, but to the quality code, that's right, the quality itself, the problem. All right, and there we go. So the financial modeler cost us 204,000 Rand. Okay, we may as well add the tasks in there. Let's see if that works. But the problem was education and skills. Okay, if we look at late arrival, it's a financial modeler again, so he's turning out to be quite a problem. Okay, all right, so we can see this is now analysis of the problem. All right, let's see if I can add, this might not work, but let's see if I can add there the actual task that is. Okay, so we're looking here at the tasks across the top. Very nice. Okay, so these are the three tasks. Remember, I originally identified the three tasks that had the problems, the three tasks over there that had the problems. And there they are, and there's the distribution of costs. And then if we broke that up, that looks really good. Okay.